Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I've been trying to review this for like 2 weeks. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, if you know the music, you know the movie. I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Happens to be my boom Master of Flying Guillotine shirt. Yeah, starring the late great Jimmy Wang Yu and actually the late great Cam Kong as well. God damn it, cool people need to stop dying. But anyway, if you're unfamiliar with Master of Flying Guillotine, it is an old school kung fu movie from, I believe, the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually a sequel to another film called The One-Armed Boxer, which is another excellent movie, starring, again, the late, great Jimmy Wang Yu. This is one of those instances where almost universally everybody agrees the sequel is better than the original. And, like, I like the original. I think the original is very solid. But Master of Flying Guillotine takes it to a whole new level. It's like a perfect old school kung fu movie. There's a martial arts contest, hidden weapons, special abilities. It's awesome. If you ever want to go over there and chat about martial arts cinema and what have you, please feel free to hit me up in the comments. Be happy to chat about it. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why did it take me 2 weeks to go over there and finally get around to reviewing this? Because every time I would go in to this particular establishment to try to review this new item, it either wasn't ready yet, or it was like completely out, or there was always something. Or like in one instance, I was right behind one person who then proceeded to go over there and get an order of like 8 things, and there was none left, and I wasn't willing to wait for half an hour or what have you. But what is it now that I've built it up? Where is it from? Boom! It's from Panda Express, and boom! It is their new Wok-Fried shrimp. I've reviewed, I don't know if you can pick that up or not. I'm like not too far away from a road, but I have to have the windows open. It's 1,000,000 degrees out. But I've reviewed some stuff from Panda Express in the past, and you know, like I said, this is a new item, so I'm very down with that idea. I got it as part of a big plate. Let's get a thing for the thing here. The onion. Kind of go like that. And we'll just go, ha 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 ha! Peas. And yeah, I do apologize for any potential background noise. It's too hot. And my air conditioner's on the fritz in the truck, so I had to do it where I could, and this was the only place that was shaded, so. You know, that's not bad. That's actually very nice. Here's what I like about it. It's much more subdued than I expect from Panda Express. Because like Panda Express, they tend to use very heavy, very punchy sauces to flavor their stuff. This has some punch to it for sure, but it's like way less than like their orange chicken, or even like I did their firecracker shrimp. This, it's like a nice savoriness, and it just kind of adds to the flavor of the shrimp. Like you're still tasting the shrimp even with the sauce. I like that. Because the thing is, I mean, and honestly, they're not bad tasting shrimp. say what you will about Panda Express, their stuff is decent. It's not amazing, and typically for their their new items, their special items, you're going to pull out the stops a little bit. You're trying to impress. So I think they've done that with this. I find that to be very, very tasty. And like I said, it's just the sauce itself, it's just kind of like a nice savory sauce, I'm trying to think of something I could directly compare it to. Almost like, this isn't the best comparison, but almost like a seasoned broth or something like that, it doesn't have a strong, distinct flavor. It has a little bit of a saltiness to it. Again, it has that savoriness, but it's not punch you in the face like some of their other offerings are. I think it works really nice, and it allows, like I said, allows the shrimp to still shine through. Now I'm even more annoyed that it took me so long to review this, because this is really tasty. I like this a lot. You do get a little bit of sweetness from because you've got peppers in there and stuff, so you're getting a little bit from that as a rub off. It gives it a little bit of a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of a kick, but it's not. The peppers themselves have a little bit of spice to them. The shrimp itself, not really. It is more just, again, a little bit savory, a little bit salty. But again, not overly done. I like that. That's really good. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? And I have to go with yes and yes. Absolutely. In fact, to the extent where I would honestly say, for me personally, I think that's a new favorite for me. I don't know if it's outright going to be my favorite, but it's certainly in contention. Because the thing is, by the way, I just got through reviewing this, is their peach lychee refresher. Watch that review if you're interested. I like Panda Express. Sometimes I get a hankering for it. And, I like it for what it is. I mean, it's trash Chinese food, but it works, And I feel like this one, they're being a little bit more vulnerable. They're not covering it up with a heavy sauce. They're letting it kind of speak for itself a little bit more. And although I like their other offerings as well, I wish that they would do that more often with some of their other stuff. Because I do think that can work really nice, provided that, you're using decent ingredients, all that. And I think in this instance it works. So for me, I'm very down with that. Now, if I'm recommending it, I think, obviously you got to be into seafood. But I think, if you're somebody who you already like the experience of Panda Express, I think this is absolutely one that you should try out, And to be fair, I don't know if it'll work for you or not, because if you are attuned to their style of doing things, maybe it won't be punchy enough for you. But at the very least, it's worth a shot, because I really do feel like this is them putting a nice foot forward and coming up with a nice new item. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks over there have themselves a truly shrimp-tastic rest of your life, because shrimp is just tasty. I feel so bad. One of my friends, his wife, she can't eat, shellfish or anything like that. It's oh man, that's got to suck so bad. But, say lovey. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But, what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholesness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion when it comes to the Panda Express stuff in terms of, like, you know, what I was talking about? Like, do you think they're too heavy on the sauce? Do you wish that they would go over there and kind of, you know, maybe dial it back just a little bit on some of their items? Or do you think that, hey, we need more flavor, more sauce all the time? Hit me up in the comments.